Hello YouTube, this is Christian coming to you with another review. This time it is about the Kizer Towser K, and it's actually quite a lovely knife that I've been wearing for quite a little while now. And just to get the technical stuff out of the way first, this particular knife comes in with a handle length of 4.56 inches, has a plate length of 3.4 inches. The plate style, they call it a cleaver style. Perhaps I would call it a modified sheep's foot or maybe a Warncliffe. Overall length of the knife is a 7.95. It comes with micarta scales, an overall weight of 4.27 ounces, and it is a liner lock with stainless steel liners. Plate seal in this particular knife is 154 cm, which is one of my favorite knife steels for budget knives. It is a stainless steel that responds incredibly well to sharpening and especially to stropping with a nice compound. Now this knife, I believe at the moment tails at around $79 US, and yeah, it's widely available. Yeah, you can see what is a bit untypical in this particular case is that this knife comes with a brownish scale. Originally I got it with red micarta, so it's red, white micarta. They call it. The internet jokes about that a little bit. It's kind of a little bit bacon looking. So I just took my dye to it and dyed it, and it now came up nicely in a kind of brownish variety of micarta. This knife in particular is absolutely awesome. So what you get for your money is actually quite incredible, especially as far as the action of this particular knife is concerned. So for $79, apart from an overall, I find it to be quite an attractive looking knife. This thing just flips out with an absolute perfect action. They also managed to put in a very generous liner lock relief, so your thumb just comes in here, has so much to rest on here in your thumb area that it is just a plain pleasure to disengage, and then your knife comes to, or the knife blade comes to a natural stop just around there. There's no double clutch or anything, so from this point onwards it is just a matter of letting it fall shut. So there's no plate blade to speak of. It's really spot on in terms of the pivot screw. It is tightened nicely, it is tight, so no plate blade. And then you can see at the bottom, if I can get my camera to show it. Come along. No. Ah, yeah, there we go. So you can see it is a really nice 25 to 30% engagement, I would say, and yeah, it's a brilliant action. For comparison's sake, I have here the sheepdog, so you can get a bit of an idea. So that's a regular sheepdog in titanium, and the Kizer October, which I figure they're quite similar in style. Not very pointy, utility-like knife shapes, and they kind of fit into the same category as far as I'm concerned. I tend to wear the sheepdog a little bit more, and I can't exactly tell you why that is. The action in the Towser is by no means behind the sheepdog. It is actually a superior action. I also have a strong liking for the thumb stud deployment that just snaps out without any doubt at all, and it is next to impossible to fail. So they dialed in the detent next to perfection. So just, yeah, if I put my finger on the plate I can fail it. But other than that, yeah, there it goes. But I really have to focus in order to fail the action. It comes out with authority. Lovely in this particular case is also the jimping. So they just extend it so far out, and it is somewhat reminding me of what Giant Mouse is doing. In this particular case, it is even, I would say, almost a little bit better. Mostly because it gives you purchase along the entire way. So everywhere you need it, all the way up. If you want to hold back onto your knife a little bit further back, that's not a problem. So you get plenty of purchase here as well. And if you want to choke up on your knife, you can see they put a nice jimping on the bottom there. So even though you don't have a finger choil, they just gave you a really nice landing spot for your index finger. And so you can hold on to that knife in a really nice and tight grip if you wanted to. So the full flat grind also does a really nice job and turns it into a nice slicer. So it comes out really thin behind the edge and has no trouble whatsoever slicing through cardboard or anything along these lines. As opposed to the Sheepdog, you get a fair bit more of a belly as well. I find that to be positive, a good thing. Sometimes if you have a little bit of a cutting to do where you benefit from a rocking action of your blade, like perhaps best compared to going through a rope, where you can actually, like in a seesaw style action, cut through the material. A belly is always welcome, but at the same time you get a decent utility angle on it as well for those precise and light cuts. So that's really quite good. Looking at the back side of the knife, this is nothing overly special as far as pocket clips are concerned. It is simple, straightforward, but it just works. It is not stylistically and overly complicated or exquisite pocket clip, but it is absolutely functional. You have plenty of space and it slides in and out of the pocket quite nicely. And as you can see as well, you have perfect centering right out of the box. There's no misalignment here whatsoever. So all up, this in my book is a winger, a big winner. I even would say the action is about as good as you can expect from a ball bearing knife. It is just awesome. It is smooth, it is buttery, right out of the box. There's nothing to tune here, and for the price point it is actually hard to believe how good it is. So the Towser K, in my opinion, a highly recommended knife. Comes in highly recommended. It is nicely made. If you can get over the scale options, personally I'm not a friend of G10. I don't like the red micarta too much. That is easily fixed. But if you can overlook that, then yeah, by all means, this is a brilliant knife for the money. Nice utility blade, so comes highly recommended. I love it, and I suppose it will remain in my collection for quite a bit longer. Alright, so this was rather short, but yeah, there's not much else to say. I don't have any niggles whatsoever with this particular knife. There's just nothing to complain about, really, especially not at this particular price point. Alright, so see you around at my next video, and yeah, you all have a good time. Alright, see ya!